One of the things that I find the ship builder is really useful for here when you've got an existing ship is it's a great way to look at how another ship has been assembled so you can understand how to break things down and where you might want to be placing things. So there's nothing wrong with using this as a base model and then from here going, okay, let's go ahead and start and build something of our own just to the side. And the way you would do that is say, okay, let's start with like the landing bay. As an example, if we wanted to, I could click this landing bay right here. Um, we're hovering over it right now. You could then, once we're hovering over it, you're going to notice on the bottom right a button that says duplicate. So if we wanted to come in here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Here is the landing bay. If I wanted to duplicate that, I would just hit the Y button. It is now duplicated. I have one in red that's underneath my button. We could then move that out and stick that right over here. So now I'm essentially building a ship right to the side of where that one is located. And then what I can do is I can start pulling bits and pieces apart from here and saying, okay, how does all this fit together? Let's move this to the side. Okay, so they've got the landing bay there. And then on top of that, he's got a control station. Okay, well, maybe I want to just duplicate that and move it over. And those are the two pieces that I want to start with. And then after that, I can start building my own. So I can then put the core of that together there, and then I can start fleshing things out from here. And I can say, okay, maybe they've got the Hope Docker 4. Maybe I just put a different Docker there. Um, some of the things you need to know about this system before you go any further is that you can't rotate any of the components. The engines and the habitats are always going to have, and so will some of the dockings, are always going to have a set orientation. So you can't actually switch between mounting something like horizontally or vertically. So as an example, this this Docker right here can only be placed horizontally like this. You can't flip it to put it up top or down below. It's only going to connect to either the front or the back or something. Now, what you can do is you could take this and you could choose to, in some cases, depending on what we're looking at, you can flip things around as uh, you place them, but you cannot spin them. So it's a matter of flipping, mirroring either side to side or front to back, but it's mostly for the structural components. So some things can be flipped, but not all things can be flipped. And the big thing here is that in Starfield, there's no such thing as you have to have something be symmetrical. You can build the blockiest, ugliest thing that you've ever seen. All that the game cares about is whether or not it's functional and can it fly. Does it have the right parts that go together? And then you can go from there.